Good day, Semper Gumbie Nation, and we finally got a break from all this rain. Sun's out, kind of. It's a little overcast, but it is Easter weekend. And first of all, I would like to wish all of you a happy Easter, and I hope you have time to spend it with your family. Today we're going to talk about the importance of having a spare tire. And in the overland community, off-roading, the camping, anyone that has a off-road vehicle is normally going to have a larger tire, a larger wheel. This is my Dodge Ram. It's a 2019 1500 Bighorn 4-wheel drive, and a 3.5-inch lift in there, some airbags in the rear. I've got, LED lights, off-road lights. I've got oversized tires, which are 35-inch tires on. So for me, having a spare tire underneath the truck isn't an option. In fact, it's pretty much obsolete. So I removed the spare tire. But when I go off-roading, or I go camping, or I go in some remote areas, I need a spare tire. I have some friends that do not carry a spare tire because they got an air compressor and some tire plugs, and that's a good thing to have, and I carry that with me as well. Now, having a spare tire and not having a spare tire, there are some pros and cons to it. So we're going to cover that real quick, and I'm going to tell you about an item that I decided to get with my huge 35-inch tire. Now, I'll be doing a lot of camping out of my truck, and I'll be going across the US here this summer, and I don't need a spare tire carrier that's going to be sitting in the middle where I can't get into or access my truck. I don't want to crawl over the tire, and crawl over the tailgate. So one of my options is a swing out carrier, which allows the tire to swing out almost towards the end of the truck, where you can let down your tailgate and access your vehicle in and out. Now, I found a company that I researched, and they had the best customer service that I have ever experienced. They just didn't want to sell me a tire carrier. They wanted to make sure that it would fit my application and fit my needs before I purchased it. In fact, the first time I called, I'm going to explain what happened here in just a second. But the first time I called, they didn't sell me a tire carrier. And I was kind of bummed out, but I'm glad I didn't purchase the tire carrier and had it sent here, and then it wouldn't fit. When I called Wilco Off Road, they're located in Burnett, Texas, at 101 John Kelly Drive, and their phone number is area code 512-925-3915. and the customer service person I talked to, his name was Shane, and Shane was unbelievable. He answered every question I had. He asked me a whole lot of questions. He asked me everything I needed to know to order my tire carrier. Now, after talking with Shane, we decided to go with the Wilco Off Road Hitchgate Switch High Tire Carrier. And what you see behind me is the unit itself. It comes in 3 pieces. And it's very, very heavy duty, and it's heavy. You can look at the welds and tell the craftsmanship and the welding quality control is just amazing. And this tire carrier actually swings out and clears my tailgate. So we decided to go with that. Now, the model number for this is UHG 4100, and it accepts a 2-inch hitch, and I'm going to explain that in the garage about the hitch before you order the product. And Shane was very good in explaining that to me, and I'm glad he did, because I would have had bought a hitch that would not work on my vehicle. Another advantage to a hitch mounted carrier is you don't have to purchase a off-road or heavy duty rear bumper, and those can get pretty costly in the upwards between $15,000 and $3,000, but it does have the rack integrated built in. We just lost power. All right. Now the max load for this tire carrier is 250 pounds. Now my tire here with the wheel, it's about 100 pounds, so I can still attach either a bicycle rack or a cargo carrier if I needed to, and still put some more items on there. Now the weight to these is about 42 pounds, so it's not a light item, but it's definitely a heavy duty. So let's go install it on the truck and we'll get going. Now when you're ready to install, make sure that the wedge bolt, which is a 3/4 inch bolt, is loosened enough where you can move it around. The wedge is there to prevent the tire carrier from moving up and down a little lateral or vertical play. Now once you insert your pin, make sure everything's lined up, remove it, because you will not be able to tighten that 3/4 inch bolt wedge with that pin in. My holes were lined up on the receiver. I went ahead and tightened the wedge bolt using a 3/4 inch socket. And to help with the alignment, I did put a jack with a piece of wood in there to even out or just level the rack itself while I tighten the bolt. Okay, these Delwyn washers are kind of a pain to put in. So what I did is I sprayed some adhesive on the back side just to hold it. And that way they stay in place. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can get this bad boy in here. Just to line it up. Okay. So let's go ahead and remove this. Put the washer on. Drop that in. Go ahead and put your locking pin, and then go ahead and start your Teflon 1/2 inch nut. So with your two Delrin plastic washers, like I said, if you just put this on and try to slide them in between, it's going to be a pain in the butt. So what I did is I put a little bit of adhesive on both sides of the plastic washers, and then go ahead and set it down on the swing arm itself. Tap it down a little bit with a mallet or a hammer, and then go ahead and install it. So as you can see, they're in there nice and flush without breaking them. They're plastic, so they're semi-tough, but that's the only way I found easier for me to get it inside and out. I found it easier to mount the tire plate to the back of the tire itself, and then have somebody help you slide the receiver on and then put the bolts through it. When I purchased the swing out spare tire carrier, it was not compatible with the Class 3 stock hitch I had on my 2019 Dodge Ram Bighorn. The problem was you need at least 4 inches from the center of the hole to the back of the receiver, and this receiver was blocked off, so it only gave me 3.5 inches from here to here, and it was not compatible with the spare tire carrier. If you like the content of the videos and you love our channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button on the bottom left and hit that bell notification icon. That way you will be notified of all videos that we post. By hitting subscribe, that helps us with the channel grow and to provide content for you. We are going to give away a Semper Gumbie t-shirt. It's the new black with blue. All you got to do is in the comment section, go ahead and put hashtag Semper Gumbie, and that way I will know that you're interested in the drawing, and we'll do a random drawing here when we hit our 400 subscriber mark, which is in about 10 subscribers. So always be nice to your neighbors, treat them well, look after them, spend time with your family, and tell them that you love them. And most of all, no matter what life throws at you, always be Semper Gumbie.